Hey guys, Tony here, and we're going to go over a little breakdown from AU. As always, it shit's off the cuff, so I apologize if I ramble a little bit, go a little fast, but I'm just going to go right into it. All right, AU, we're looking for, I was looking for shorts. Initially, I would say I was looking for longs this morning. Today is November 17th, and we did take this trade somewhere in the vicinity of, took my entry around 5 a.m. This is right now 8:15, previous day on the 16th. I'm just backing up a little bit to try to give you guys more of an outline of what the market was looking like. The reason I was aiming for shorts would be if we achieved pushing up into this range up here at the 4-hour higher high. Blue represents daily, so this is a daily area, and it hasn't been tapped since back here on the 9th. So it's been about, a week since we've ever touched it. There's some confluences that make me want to take the trade, and that's this open territory right here. These clean candles right here on the 1 hour represent a quick push up and a quick rejection. These are quite easy to fill rather than climbing through all of this kind of stuff because we don't have any roadblocks. So that's a confluence to maybe take a short, and this daily not having been touched, we can always get money on the retracement moves. I'm not aiming for something too crazy, anything too big, so definitely achievable. Initially, I was looking for a short below this. This purple is representing 1 hour area of demand. A break here would have been a good candle fill for here. So that would have been a move that would have paid out pretty decent. 14 pips, probably have a nice tight stop above range at 6, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, take it out and take it out. But that's not what we did. We pushed up. So I'm just going to fast forward until we move up into the market and the 15-minute time frame. Once we start pushing up, we pushed up this morning. Audi had some volume coming into last night. Overnight, Audi in New York, or Audi and New Zealand dollar pushing up pretty hard, where other pairs were going pretty slow. But we did create this big push, another open lane of traffic. Whenever you see these open areas, these giant candles, no matter what time frame it is, it could be one. They're easy to fill. That's why when you see the breakouts, you always see breakdowns that are pretty similar. But then when we start consolidating and forming the sideways movement is when it's harder to break through. But always take advantage of these open candles because it creates an imbalance in supply and demand. So it's easy to fill. We push up to the zone. I usually look for my trades when I get some surefire transition in the zone. So we did push up and we did get pretty close, not close enough. I was actually eyeing EU this morning. So I wasn't exactly looking at AU. I'm not going to jump charts because I'm on replay mode, but it was acting pretty similar. So it came down here and some news hit. It hit this order block right here that pop price back up. And when pop priced up, we actually went into the zone. So when we touch this zone, I know that price is going to give me an indication before I enter, but I know that we're also in an area of orders that hasn't been touched in a while and will at least give some sort of rejection that's going to get into the trade. He's been heavily bullish for the last couple days. As you can see, he's been moving up pretty quick. So a retracement was due, and I don't like to be that type of trader looking for tops and bottoms, but when you're hitting dailies, you're pretty much hitting tops and bottoms. So unfortunately, sometimes you got to step into those shoes. So I'm going to fast forward to my entry. I took the price right here where we meet this line. Right here's where I took it. The confluence we took it on is going to be the head and shoulders pattern here. Aside from the head and shoulder patterns, we also have a break of a little tiny range. So here we have a small range. It was broken and it was pushed down. This is kind of be like a second range you might see. Obviously, it's just a jumble of candles. I didn't take that one because it doesn't match my plan. I haven't worked on those lower time frames too much. So I actually took this one. So we get a range that starts here, pushed up to here. This little bunch right here pushed into orders. This is just an overshoot because when we fell back through, we just created even keel that matched up here. That's what creates an overshoot. The head and shoulders pattern is just an extra confluence. I knew that it was either going to be retest here or we're going to retest the bottom of the range. The range is retested here. I took the trade in the formation of this candle once we pushed lower than this area and lower than this area. The reason being, same thing I opened up this video with, we got clean traffic. So that clean traffic is what's going to help me get into my position and get risk-free quickly. So risk-free, I'll show you how the position played out. I'm going to go ahead and illuminate this trade a little bit. This is how our trade looked. So we jumped in, I told you, somewhere in the creation of this candle. This is the price that I got in at. Trade looked pretty good at 3-1. This is what we're pushing, nothing too crazy. And this shows you that 25 pips can pay 3%. It's all about your risk reward. It's all about your stop placement. Just understand not to place your stops somewhere like this just to achieve super high risk to reward. While it might have worked in this trade, it doesn't always work. Putting 1% of your account into a place that has no bearing doesn't make sense. So my stop was obviously up here pushing a 3. And the reason for this is because it's safe. If price was to push back up into this area, I would have got stopped out, but my bias would have been incorrect. I didn't see it coming back up into here. It would have to get through this level right here, the middle of this range, which acted as a shoulder over here, and it did come back and it did show a bounce there. There is demand in this area. So I got into the trade here, and we got some news that helped us out. So as soon as my trade pushes down far enough, I go risk-free. So my risk has to line up kind of with how the makeup of the market is. So we had a 8.2 pip stop, circle back down. We need to at least hit this point of time before we partial. This is what I was waiting for. It was a good place because it's matching up with some highs that happened over here, and is matching up with filling this entire breakout candle. So as you can see, we pushed down and we pushed through my risk-free. So once I'm risk-free, I'm not watching the trade as a risk potential. I'm just letting it play out and letting my analysis do its job. I always change my stop to gray or blue or some light and more breathable color whenever I go risk-free. It's just an indication that I'm not losing any money. Whatever money I made here is adequate to the money I'm going to make in my stop. So as price was pushing down, we had some news that popped out at 8:30. So that comes over here, somewhere in this area. And that's going to be a catalyst that brings us down to the trade, which was also watching for. My target is going to be the order block that pushed us up. Now this order block is spent, obviously, because we pushed into the zone. So that's my target initially. Price did go lower, as you will see, but you know, I'm looking for a 3-1. I'm not going to get greedy on it. Another position probably could have been taken at a break here, but I won this trade, took another trade on EU, and I really wasn't watching anymore. I'm going to play it out and just give you some opinions on what happened on that pullback up there. So price played out exactly how we wanted to. I told you guys at 8:30 we had some news, which is right here. Catalyst pushed us down all the way to price. So I did take some position off the table here, and then the rest of it floated back and got cut off risk-free there. So this was the point of the trade, a 3-1. I'm just going to go ahead and put the stats on the board while I explain that pullback and why it didn't scare me. So we pulled back here. I saw a lot of traders on Instagram and a lot of traders in my trading groups take entries here. Excellent entries here. This would be the entry that I probably should have taken, but I got a little aggressive on the push because I knew liquidity was up here and that we were going to come down fast. And my entire goal was to catch risk-free prior to the pullback, which is as far as we got. I don't recommend that too often because we could have definitely came back and broke me out. And this goes to show you that if your stops were just shallow inside the zone or your stops were here, it probably would have worked. So a tighter RR could have been 4, but you know, put your stop placement, which makes sense, so you don't get stopped out. So price came back up, already risk-free, and then printed and engulfing right, you could say right here, but I would probably take right here. Very similar to where I took my entry. Could have also been taken there. This is the confirmation to me that their sellers are still present here and they're still overwhelming buyers that are working their way up. So another one would have been the double top. So having a double top, we had the head and shoulders patterns over here. Double top is extra confluence as well as the break and retest of that minor zone, showing that price created ceilings that could not be broken. So that's always a good thing to see. You don't want to look at these ceilings being broken because on higher time frames, we were still pulling back. The 5-minute pullback here, it was created there. The 15-minute transition had to pull back. So that's all we were creating was a C point and then the 15-minute transition. Price did play out a little bit lower. Trade could have been taken at this area. We did form kind of a little pattern I'm seeing just off the corner of my eye, but once I hit this, I sold out. That's a 3-1 opportunity, guys. 8.3 pip risk, and we did it in pretty good time. Woke up, jumped on this trade, and we caught this thing live in one of my groups. So it was nice to see. 4 hours and 20 minutes, and risk 2% on the trade, so pulled around 6%. I'd probably lower that to 4.5 with partials, but I'll take it. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and hit me up on Stony. I'm going to post a breakdown on my Stony Financial Instagram. So if you guys can go there, maybe give that a like. Any questions, concerns, definitely PM me, definitely inbox me. Any other examples of my trading method, which is the break and retest of this range, about 54 of them on my Instagram. So you guys are welcome to check those out. And give it a try. I've had a lot of people have a lot of success with it. So if you guys give me a like and a follow, I'm trying to grow this YouTube up, and maybe a share if you see me on Facebook. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.